Zoe here. Today I am super excited to talk to you because today is another episode of Law of Attraction Tuesday. Today is extra special because my amazing friend Mackenzie is here.
Ciao!
I'll be sure to like Mackenzie's channel down below, but Mackenzie has recently quit her 9-to-5 job and is now a digital nomad. So today I wanted to bring her on the channel to talk about the law of attraction and quitting your 9-to-5 job and how you feel abundant after letting go of a paycheck like that. So, without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so Mackenzie, why don't you let us know what you were doing previous to becoming a digital nomad and what you're doing now, just a brief little elevator pitch.
Sounds good. So I was working in a corporate job. I was working in digital marketing in the tourism sector, I guess. So I was working for a destination as their digital marketing person. And it was like a normal 9-to-5, but really more like 8 to 6 a lot of the time. And I felt like it was sucking the life out of me. So Zoe here was so amazing. She was like, Mac, you need to quit. So,
Straight up.
I was like, okay, so I did. I quit. And I decided that I wanted to move to Hawaii. So that was kind of my plan, but I didn't have a job or anything, so I just kind of just went on a whim. Like I just felt like I needed to do it and I was going to figure it out. So yeah, that's kind of the...
You took the leap. But now, so she does have a job now.
Yes.
She does have income.
Yes.
And you're working on building a digital marketing client base. I guess. So definitely. If anyone out there needs a pro, you know who to call. But you're also teaching English online.
Yes.
Which is so convenient because she's been staying with me for a week. So lucky. But so she can work on her own schedule. You would just open up your own slots and you fill them up with students at that time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, so I work for this company called 51 Talk. It's a company based in China. So I teach the cutest, most adorable kids ever. And then sometimes I also teach adults. So it's really rewarding. I really love it. And I love the flexible schedule. And the pay's actually pretty good. So I also really like that. And then, you know, I can travel around. I can work anywhere where I have a good Wi-Fi connection. So that's been really nice. And then, yeah, I'm looking for some clients. I have some in the works. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'd love to also kind of transition into that too.
Yeah. So I'm super proud of you. So let's speak about the leap and the feelings of abundance, because after you go through a corporate job and you have this consistent income on a regular basis, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever it may be, you have this certain number that you know is going to come in. But the wonderful thing about the digital nomad lifestyle is that you can make as much money as you want. You just have to put in the work. So obviously it was uneasy. I remember speaking with you, it was uneasy to let go of the paycheck.
Yeah.
So is there any ways that you practiced feeling abundant or gave yourself that comfort, that law of attraction type, I trust what's going to happen if I let go of this paycheck? So what would you say that you did to attract abundant thoughts? Yeah,
definitely. I think just focusing on the little things. So every time there was something small, like a cup of coffee or something, I'd get a cup of coffee, and I would sometimes tell myself these limiting beliefs like, oh, you can't afford this cup of coffee. And then I would be like, well, no, like I enjoy this cup of coffee. This cup of coffee is going to make me feel good and it's going to make me feel abundant, and so I'm going to get it. So I think just taking little steps in the right direction and just kind of telling yourself, okay, I can afford this, really helped me. And I always did. Like I never felt, you know, I never got myself into debt or anything. Like I just always knew that I could afford the things that I wanted.
Yes, like a prosperity mentality.
Yeah, exactly. And always just looking ahead and always having that picture. Like I just knew I would never go back to the desk. Like I would do whatever it took to not go back to the desk. So.
Yes. I feel like one thing too which really helped me was in feeling abundant was, of course, when I first got to Rome, this was a dream come true. So everything to me felt like magic. Just being in a space like this, because it was my work towards a dream, I felt like a millionaire. And I still do feel like I have this millionaire mentality that like I'm living in my favorite city in the whole world, and I get to travel around Italy. I can hop on a train and I can be in Naples in a short period of time. I can go to Florence, I can go to Venice. I can do all these amazing things right from Rome. Like that in itself, the opportunities and the options, it feels so abundant.
Yeah.
So with that mentality, so it not necessarily doesn't always have to be surrounding money or like a monetary value, because I'm not thinking how much money it costs to take all these trains. I'm thinking about these are all the opportunities. I live in a space of abundance.
Yeah, exactly. Well, same for me. I mean, like when I was in Hawaii, I was thinking like, okay, so everybody's at their corporate job, but I can, you know, teach, you know, at certain hours, and then I can spend the rest of the day at the beach. Like that was a huge thing that made me feel so abundant because I love the beach.
You're on a beach in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Like you're on a beach in Hawaii. Like you've made it.
Yeah. Well, I could spend, you know, I could do whatever I wanted to do, and that was the most amazing thing. Like I would see people, you know, walking in Honolulu, and you know, they're at their lunch break. And I'm like, no, like I'm here, like I'm living here, and I'm like walking down Waikiki, living near the beach, shopping, doing these amazing things. It was incredible. I loved having all that abundance of time as well. So.
And now you're in Italy.
Now I'm in Italy.
And where are you off to next?
So my plan is to go to Germany. So I want to live in Berlin. So I was in Berlin a couple years ago, and I just felt so at home. I'm in search of my city.
Yeah.
So I think it might be Berlin. So I'm going to go to Berlin and just stay there for a couple of months, and you know, just get my feet on the ground, settle, and
Yes, I think that's the perfect place for you to go.
Yeah.
I feel like that in itself is an abundant place.
Yeah, it was just the entrepreneur vibes. You were talking about that.
Yes.
It's just such a creative place.
Full of expats. See, and this is another way. When you go to these cities, when you do make a leap like this, and although you are letting go of the paycheck, you have abundance of friendships, abundance of opportunities with people. So this is another way to practice this prosperous mentality. There's so many connections. You're just supposed to, Berlin. It's a very special place.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to come visit.
Yeah, I'm coming to visit. But so let's talk more. This is Law of Attraction Tuesday. So let's talk a little bit more about maybe things that you do on a regular basis to practice Law of Attraction.
You know, it's so interesting because I feel like so many of these principles are just so routine now for me.
Yeah.
So having that like prosperity mentality, always having that kind of like vision. But I think just looking for little signs. So if I ask the universe for something, for like a cup of coffee, or ask for a certain experience, or if for like a new friend to come into your life, I just feel like those tiny little things, if you pay attention to them, can really expand to something much bigger.
Yeah.
So I feel like for me, I was always planting the little seeds. I'd love to come like and visit Zoe. I'd love to be able to be a digital nomad, just like little seeds were being planted all the time, and I always followed the signs, like little by little. It was like putting one foot in front of the other. So
amazing.
Yeah, so that's kind of been my main thing, just focus on the little things, like the 11/11s, like I love 11/11, always just being able to be like, oh my god, like I want this right now, and it comes, and you just have to feel so grateful in your heart. And I mean, gratitude is such a huge thing too. I mean, being grateful every single day, and every single moment I try and just say thank you and pause and say that. So that's like
definitely gratitude. And you do journal. You're a very active journaler.
Yeah, journaling is amazing, and I noticed once I quit my job, I was less focused on what happened in the past, and I started focusing more on like my vision in the future, my journaling.
Exactly. And then this is what I feel is that what I've been noticing about my own life, and how you said is just noticing the little things that you seem to attract. These are little checkpoints that you're on the right journey. But when you do say quit your job, you have all this noise in your brain gone. All of this noise, this stress, these emotions you are out of control of. Yeah. And you have this vision so clear that when you can focus on the greater life path, what you envision for your future, that's when you attract. Because your vision is so much less clouded, it's so much less jaded, it's just vivid, right there in front of you, vivid. And then you just attract all of these amazing people, all of these amazing experiences without even being specific about them. So for example, it was obviously like, I kept telling you to come to Rome. Yeah. It wasn't a plan yet, but then the universe just kind of led you that way.
Yeah. The universe conspired.
The universe conspired because perhaps you weren't sitting there visualizing yourself walking around Rome while you're in Hawaii, because you're in Hawaii and you're just living in the moment. You're very grateful about that present moment, and you're living so much in the now that the universe is like setting you up with it's guiding you.
Yeah, definitely. I think like I always took opportunities that presented themselves. Like I think the universe will open things up to present themselves. And so like for me, I was in Hawaii, and then I was gonna leave, and I wasn't sure what I was gonna do. And I remember being so kind of stressed out about my decision. But then it just became so clear to me. It's like, I wanted to do this, why not just do it? And then I was like, well, I'm working now, so I can afford this plane ticket, and I can afford to come here and travel around Europe. And then all of a sudden it's like now more income's coming in, and now I can go and move to Berlin. Like it's just these opportunities keep presenting themselves. It's amazing once you open yourself up to that.
Yeah, once you clear that 9 to 5 distractive clutter. If you want to be a digital nomad,
definitely.
If you want to, and if you do, we got videos on that. I've been linking them below. Shameless plug. Anyways, well, thank you so much, Mackenzie, for letting me pick your brain a little and taking part in this awesome conversation for Law of Attraction Tuesday. If you guys are liking ZOVEMBER, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe below. Definitely check out Mackenzie's channel. Such amazing content on spirituality, being a digital nomad, and just being your better self.
Thank you.
Yes, see you guys.
So much fun. Thank you.